Hello everyone. I just want to break down zombies, the navigation, give a little tidbits on what some things do, how they can help you, how things work, how things are achieved and obtained. So first off, here in the lobby tab at the bottom right, you have your acts. This is where you go to see the missions that you have to do to progress the zombie storyline. Pretty straightforward. Some take a while, some are really quick. You can do multiple in one run. Um, it's pretty simple, straightforward, and some give you perks in your acquisition stash, some give you stickers, charms, calling cards, stuff like that. It's pretty simple in that regard. Then you have your gear slot where you have, well, first of all, you have your strike team, which is 3 characters. Each character, if they die, you lose all your stuff. Got to start back to square one. If you play DMZ, it's pretty much like that. So you have your body armor, self-revive, gas mask, streak, kill streak, and then backpack. The large backpacks are for some reason pretty rare, pretty freaking rare. Um, but let's go to the acquisition stash. So the acquisition stash is where you get stuff from challenges, or let's say I found this flawless crystal, for example, and then I don't want to use it. Well, I can just leave that in my backpack in exfil. And then I can hit square, like you hit square and boop. Now it's in your stash. This is just you have 10 slots. There's unfortunately no way to extend that or add to space yet. But that's where your acquisitions go. And then there's another tab available for when you do the story missions. It'll be in another tab so that this tab's versus the other stash tab, so you don't overcrowd or lose things that you collect. Then you have your schematics, which are random. They're pretty much random, except for a few of these things. A few of these schematics you get out of the acts and the story. Other than that, they're purely random. They say that if you do missions in Zone 3, that you have a higher chance of getting schematics for things, but I have not done very much running around in Zone 3, considering it's actually pretty hard. You gotta know what you're doing. Gotta have all your perks and stuff, but everything in here has a cooldown timer. For example, the uncommon here has 2 hours. You have a 5 hour for this, and I'm assuming, I don't know, probably 10 hours, maybe even a day for this, and so forth. Perks are all 3 hours, all of them. You can craft one every 3 hours, take it in. Same for ammo mods. Wonder weapons, 2 day cooldown time on production, regardless. And same thing for classified objects. Now, some of you may wonder what ether tools are. So basically, ether tools are like, so your weapon starts off as gray, common. So you got uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. If you put a legendary tool on your gun, it's basically like pack-a-punching it without pack-a-punching it. Each of these like add I don't know what percentage, but I do know that they add a little bit to the base damage of your weapon, and obviously the higher the color, the better. It's like it's pretty much a base multiplier, I guess you would say. Then you obviously have all your perks here. They tell you what they do. Deadshot helps with your auto aim for headshots. Depth perception allows you to see through walls. Elemental pop is uh, ammo mods, but it just randomly triggers any of the ammo mods there is. Juggernaut gives you, I think, 50 more health. PhD Flopper allows you to not take explosive damage, so you can throw Semtex frags. Ray Gun, shoot it at your feet and not take damage from it. Um, Also, when you dive, dolphin dive, you have a little explosion, quick revive, obviously in the name. Speed Cola helps you reload faster. Stamina up gives you a little extra sprint. And Tombstone, honest to God, worthless. I really could care less about getting this acquisition tablet because, oh lord, all it does is if you die and you have Tombstone, whatever's in your backpack will be saved. But the bad thing is you start off with a small backpack that has 4 slots. So if you got a backpack full of stuff, well, that's too dang bad. You're losing the rest of your stuff. You don't keep your perks, you don't keep your guns, nothing. Only what was in your backpack. And from that, from this area, this is pretty much all you need to know on that. Now I'm going to load into a match and clip that in and explain contracts. Alright, so now we're going to break down the contract and how that
This is Jensen. We've got a bead on an odd signal not far from you. It could be nothing, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Better safe than dead. Strike team, get eyes on. We need to know what's happening in our backyard.
So you have your pack-a-punch and your they're scattered throughout the map randomly. They're never the same place twice. Well, sometimes they are, but it's not common. You have infested strongholds. You'll have ether nests. They can have good gear in them, but you're gonna have better luck in Zone 2. Obviously, then you have your contracts. Outlast is a building that you go in, trigger a device, and then you sit in there and survive until the machine is finished charging. Then you have your spore contracts. You go to a place, it gives you a device to throw on the spores. It takes off the armor of the spores. You destroy the spores. Very simple. Delivery contracts are straightforward. You grab them, then you go to a gas station, kill a couple mercenaries, and then you steal the trucks, and try and not get blown up by the helicopter, deliver it. And then you have Defend Ground Station, which involves these. You activate 3 of those, then you go to a central post, activate it, and then it sends mercenaries after you. You gotta defend for a set amount of time. Then you have bounty contracts, which entail manglers, mimics in Zone 1. In Zone 2, it can be mangler, mimic, or a disciple. And then you have ether extraction, which that is where you attack mercenaries and destroy 3 rockets, and you have to do so under an allotted amount of time. And contract-wise, that's everything you need to know. Well, no, sorry, missed one. Then you have raid weapon stash. You raid a weapon stash. Straightforward. Drill into a safe, defend while the safe's being drilled. And that's it contract-wise. Now, when I start a fresh character, the first thing I like to do is find... Let's see if I can even find one. Find a mercenary camp, because a mercenary camp has a level 2 plate carrier guaranteed every time. And a mercenary stronghold control. Every time. And then, once you have that, you go to a stronghold, you clear the stronghold. Deadshot, I love Deadshot. And then, you drill another safe. That safe guaranteed has a level 3 plate carrier every time. And that's normally what I do when I'm on a base run. Just helps out with getting better armor, that way you have a little bit more health. And really, that's pretty much it. You normally want to run a bunch of contracts in Zone 1, get pack-a-punch, then head to Zone 2.
Reanimated hostile smoke!
Pretty straightforward from that. Zone 2 is harder, but supposedly has better rewards, contract rewards. Also, sometimes it has better pay by 1,000. Yeah. There are Easter eggs spread throughout the map. You can find radios. You can find Samantha's teddy bears and stuff like that. But this is not an Easter egg tutorial. This is just a breakdown of the contract, how things work. Also, I normally exfil when there's 10 minutes left, so when that 40 goes down to 10, I normally head for an exfil. Exfils are always randomly throughout the map. There's always one in zone 2, and then normally has 3 in zone 1. Let's see, am I missing anything else? Yeah, sometimes you will run into nice people who will drop freaking things for you to have.
Reloading!
Sometimes. That's actually how I got gold armor. Some random dude ran up to me and dropped me a gold armor acquisition code. Please be respectful when it comes to randoms and don't run up into their groups and steal and ruin their trains. If there's large group of zombies that they're training, try not to be a jerk and ruin that. A lot of people are grinding for the mastery camo in zombies, so they're just trying to have a good time. Zombies is, you know, obviously a place people go to have fun. That's about it. If you do get down, big tip. Don't just say, help, I'm downed. You need to look at your map. The top of your map has your A, B, C, and all that, and then you have your numbers. So let's say there's a dude downed right here. Oh, you say, hey, you go to game chat and text and say, hey, I need help at E2. I'm downed at E2. Can somebody please come and revive me? Don't just say, help, I'm downed. I mean, nobody can help you if they don't.
According to our intel, this place is basically a